John 13:16. Amen dico vobis, non est servus maior domino suo, neque apostolus maior eo qui misit illum. Truly, truly, I say to you, a slave is not greater than his master, nor is an apostle greater than he who sent him. Here we have another instance of this amen dico vobis, truly, truly, I say to you, really emphasizing whatever follows it. And it says, non est servus maior domino suo. Servus is our subject, maior is an adjective in the comparative. The verb itself is est, modified by non, and then we have this ablative of comparison with domino suo, indicating what exactly the slave is not greater than. Then we have neque and not, apostolus maior eo qui misit illum. And in this we have the same construction of nominative, comparative adjective, and then ablative of comparison. And then we have this relative clause clarifying who eo is. One thing I would like to point out is the translation choice of apostolus. And the reason I bring it up is that it is simply a borrowed word from Greek. Now, this has its benefits and its drawbacks, which we'll get to in just a minute. But first I want to make some comments on borrowing words from languages. Word borrowings are endlessly fascinating, and it will continue to happen in as far as languages interact with each other. Now, while I could ramble about this for quite some time, I will simply keep it to what is relevant to our verse today, and that is semantic narrowing. When words are borrowed from one language into another, almost without exception, the word undergoes semantic narrowing. And this is especially visible with religious terminology. For example, if we were simply to translate the word apostolos from Greek into Latin, without regard to the religious connotations it brings up, we would have either nuntius or legatos. And these would be perfectly legitimate translations, but they would miss some of the religious connotation of apostolos. And that's of no fault to Latin, but more just a reality of the limitations of translation. And though it's a problem, we have to deal with it nonetheless. Do we lean into the idea of a messenger or an emissary not being greater than the one who sent him, sticking to the strict literal meaning? Would we play into the religious side of what Jesus is saying here by picking up apostolus as a loan word with a semantic narrowing of the religious sense? And no matter which one we choose, the translation will lack John's deliberate play on words going on here. But we have to make a decision. And our translator decided to borrow the word directly and lean into the religious sense a little bit more.